Good day, everybody. It's me. It's Thor Jensen. I'm a musician that lives in London. I play the guitar, I sing songs, I write songs, all the things. I like to talk about music and how I go about playing it. Welcome. If you dig this, then please think about subscribing. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching and commenting and all that stuff. This is specifically for someone named Nemos who made a comment asking about developing healthy technique, specifically with your hands. I mean, as silly as that sounds, it's important. And I think he phrased it well and asked about healthy technique as opposed to correct technique. There really is no correct technique, you know what I mean? It's whatever works for you. You know, Blind Blake and a lot of early ragtime players only used 2 fingers to pick everything, as opposed to everything here, like a classical player would probably use. I actually don't know. I've never played classical properly. I don't know if it's 3 fingers or 2 fingers, but more fingers. There's more fingers at your disposal. So it's all depending on what you're trying to play. And as far as with a pick, this is a subject that's near and dear to me. I spent a lot of time practicing and a lot of time specifically thinking about this because, again, when you want to like actually play music, right? When you want to be free and play, it's all about lifting every restriction so you can play freely and have a direct conduit from your mind and your gut and your heart through your hands without any resistance. So I practice a lot of technique. That's most of where my practice lies. You know, there's learning music, of course, that's a different thing. That's going to help your technique, but it's not the same thing. So I'm a big proponent of, well, I mean, it's just like anything else, right? It's like exercising, it's like cooking. You have to be repetitive. You have to be frustratingly repetitive. But you have to be repetitive with intention. So I have certain things that I play almost daily while I drink coffee, usually with an unplugged electric guitar because I wake up really early and I don't want to disturb anybody who's still sleeping. But I play a set of scales known as the Segovia scales, and you can look them up. They're out there, they're everywhere. And there's nothing fancy to them, right? It's not gonna change your life as far as music goes. But I use them. I like them. It sort of forces me to see scales in a different way that I would normally play them. Uh, but I use it as my, like the great stabilizer. It's like a control group in a science experiment. Because I know them inside and out, and I don't have to think about what this hand is doing. Because it knows what notes to play. This hand, I use it to practice different picking techniques. So, for a long time, I played gypsy jazz. That was what I did full time, which is all what's known as rest stroke picking, where so I'll demonstrate. I'll play a scale using rest stroke picking. I'll turn sideways so you can see. It's a lot of downstrokes. So that compared to alternate stroke, like regular, just picking both ways. So I still do that. I still play those scales. There's 24 of them, and I play them with both picking techniques. But I also develop other exercises to do specifically with the right hand in mind. And again, it's about intentional repetitiveness, intentional repetition. Repetitiveness, I don't think is a word. But just being patient with yourself and doing things slowly. Because once again, good technique and good sound will kind of work hand in hand. And when you start playing with good sound, it will demonstrate to you that your technique is healthy and good. So that's why I play these things slowly. Or I'll sometimes play arpeggios. When I was really learning the rest stroke technique, I played a lot of arpeggios. A lot of that. And so now I'll do the same thing with alternate picking. So it's really just a lot of repetition. A lot of repetition. You got to find what works for you as far as what you're playing. It's all different, you know what I mean? Because arpeggios and scales might not be anything you're into, which is fine. Arpeggios and scales are never going to hurt your playing, you know what I mean? Everything that you practice doesn't necessarily have to be what you play. Does that make any sense? You know, it's like I used to tell guitar students of mine, and I still do, I'm going to teach you things to help your playing. You need to learn music. You're still going to be into what you're into, you know? I don't really play gypsy jazz so much anymore, or Django's music. I do for fun, it's because I love the music. But I still practice the techniques because those techniques are important to me. So even if I have a month to play nothing but country stuff, I'm still going to work on those techniques because I love them, and they're just going to, I feel like they're going to improve my playing. So yeah, just do things over and over and over again. I developed it, and developing your own exercises is a big thing. Going back to the Django stuff, I developed this exercise for a song called Dark Eyes. Very classic. Very simple chords. A7, D minor, A7, B flat major, G minor, D minor, A7, D minor. And I just wanted some help with the rest stroke stuff and playing across the strings. So I came up with this exercise that just outlined all those chords. I'm probably going to do a terrible job at it right now because it's an on-the-spot thing. But Ah, one clam, no big deal. Don't hold it against me. So I did that, and man, I practiced the hell out of that, even though you couldn't tell right there. but but I came up with that exercise because that's what I wanted to work on, and I couldn't find anything that really uh, worked those same muscle groups. Because that's really what this is. It's just muscle groups, you know, and making a mind-muscle connection with all this stuff. Uh, you got to form your own workout plan. You know, another thing that I'm working on right now is I'm playing a lot more acoustic guitar, so I'm trying to really play to the strengths of a flat top acoustic, which I've never really done much of before. So it's about letting the guitar do a lot of the work. So I'm really trying to lighten up my touch on this hand because I know how to play hard. I know how to play because the gypsy jazz stuff, even though that's on an acoustic, it's a different type of acoustic. And the whole technique with that is to get as much sound out of it as possible. I have no problem doing that. But I sometimes have a problem doing this. So I'm really working on lightening my touch. And again, I'm just working on things that apply to me. But yeah, I'll probably talk about more about this. I've already talked about this before, but I'll keep going in another video. But thanks for your time. Thanks for the question, Nemos. I appreciate it. And enjoy your day. Eat good food. Be nice to each other.